Hey guys, back with another full tutorial. Today we are going to do marbling. I like to use pigment paste. I think it gives it the best marble look in my opinion. You can use other mediums for additives, but this is just the one that I prefer. I'm going to start off with using some Tiffy blue. I put in about 4 ounces into this cup because the mold I'm filling takes about 6.5 to 7 ounces, so I always like to have a little extra. I mix it up until it's just completely mixed in. Usually with pastes, if you don't continuously just keep mixing until you don't see any streaks anymore, there will be streaks. However, in this marbling technique, it doesn't really matter in my opinion. It sometimes just adds character. You can kind of see some streaks at the top of this cup. Now we're going to get a little bit of purple. I'm doing this in one continuous take, guys, so that you see there's nothing I am leaving out. I don't remember the shade of purple, but I can get it if anybody's interested. It is also from Eye Candy. Just mixing this in. You can see the clear is going away completely and it's turning to all purple. Both my colors. Now here, I always scrape the sides. I scrape my stick because I dipped that stick right into the pigment paste. So I want to make sure all the pigment paste is off as best as possible and mix it in. I also pictured these colors being lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Satori white pigment paste to each of these just to lighten them up a little bit. At first stir, you're like, well, what the heck did that do? Just keep watching. Just cleaning off a stick because I like to clean stuff and I like to also just reuse if I can. I put some white in the blue. Here we go. And there's the white mixing. So as you can see, that white is going into there really nicely. You can see the streaks of white. So I'm just going to keep mixing that up so there's no streaks. Now we're going to go into mixing that white into our blue. We already put the white in there, if you recall. It takes a second, like I said, to see the white, and then voila. And it just lightens it up a little bit, and I just prefer that color for the marbling that I was doing. Here's the fun part. I'm going to take 1 cup. I happen to mix my clear in here. But I'm going to take my 1 cup. I'm going to pour each color layered back and forth until all of the colored pigment is in here. So I just do fairly small layers depending on the kind of marbling I'm looking for. You can definitely pour all of 1 cup and all of the other, but I prefer it this way for the type of marbling you shall see at the end. And I just pour it right in there. I don't worry about pouring it on the side or anything. It's all gonna get mixed in, I promise, guys. This is definitely a trust the process moment at this point because as you can see, you hardly see any of that purple and it honestly just looks like it's straight mixing in. I promise the results are going to be amazing. Now that we've poured the final bit of our blue, we're going to go in with our stick and we're just going to mix it very slowly, once or twice around. We're not going to mix it up. We're just going to mix it around slightly. We don't want the colors to blend too much. I spritz with 91% or higher isopropyl alcohol to help pop and prevent bubbles. I start pouring. I do move my cup back and forth, just slightly tilted, to ensure I get kind of a different look of colors. And because I did the layers the way I did, you'll see I get more of each color back and forth. I have extra, so I'll use that for another project. I spritz with isopropyl alcohol again to help pop and prevent bubbles. And 24 hours later, we have the final product ready to demold. This is one of my favorite parts. It's always exciting and kind of nervous because you never know how it's going to turn out, but look at this. I absolutely love marbling this way. I personally love the look. I hope you guys love it too. I hope it helps you on future projects. I do have another tutorial coming soon. Have an awesome day, everybody.